Go. So we are going to head straight into basically the second round. We're going to go back into a second round. And we are going to see Stalife versus Acidic. Both players kind of in the mid-seed. I think Acidic was ranked 13th in, and Stalife around 8 or so. So kind of the top middle seeds are there. So Stalife versus Acidic going to Metalopolis in the first match. This is still in the best of 3 formatting. So as this is the second round, obviously Stalife getting the western spawn. We're going to see cross positions as the green Terran Stalife, and Acidic can cross positions on the eastern spawn as the red Protoss. So these guys are going to be going, obviously, they did the downvote. The maps are basically being done on a downvote situation, and then the top-seeded player, which I believe is Stalife, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% on this, but I'm pretty confident Stalife is the top-seeded player in this matchup, is getting to pick the first match, and then the loser will pick the remaining map. I am solo for this first game, of course, as Bynum is currently on a quest to go obtain I guess a sound mixer from Tommy Lee Music, which is a few blocks down the road from where we currently are, which is the DNA Internet Cafe on number 3 Road in Richmond, British Columbia. So really happy to be here. It's a really awesome location as I look around. Tons of players here actually outside, not even just playing StarCraft, but tons of other games going on around here. Really awesome to see everybody out, and I'm really happy to be here. I want to give a special thanks to all our sponsors for the Canadian Cup, as this is the grand finals, the final day, guys. I'm a little saddened by that. But basically, it's the final day. All our sponsors were just great. Sennheiser, Jinx, Coca-Cola, and A-Power. Just awesome sponsors. Super nice guys. Super nice representation from those people locally, and we're really happy to have them kind of help us out with this tournament and get some prizes out to these awesome players here. So Stalife opening up with the standard racks, and he's going to get early gas, allowing him an add-on. First scouting is being done here by Acidic, so he will reach Stalife very early on as the racks is still in mid-production. Stalife not bothering to scan just yet. Acidic is going to get his gas started, so he will most likely get onto his opening, or the Protoss opening, which is Gateway Cybercore. Or sorry, Pylon Gateway, Pylon Cybercore. So that will be pretty standard. Stalife's going to chase away the harassment from the SCV, from the probe with an SCV, and that barracks does finish up, and we'll start producing a Marine for Stalife. Stalife, like Druby, traditionally has a pretty, I would say a pretty heavy bio favoring. He is a very good bio player. He will build 6 or 7 racks with reactors and produce anywhere from 14 to 16 Marines at any given time, so pretty good little spread there, as Stalife is pretty bio focused. Acidic is doing the standard opening we talked about, double pylon, gateway, cybernetics core. Acidic still mining just from 1 gas, not really going to increase gas production just at this time, as not really necessary, as you can get all the research and all the stalkers, sentries you need from just the single gas for now. Looks like Acidic, I know him personally, that is Colin, is going to poke up and just be denied here on the ramp, and Stalife is going to just obviously hold the ramp. Not going to let any more scouting here from Acidic there. Stalife, just obviously mentioning the player cams for you guys. Stalife is the player on the right, and Acidic is the player on the left, as you guys can see there in the bottom section of the player cam. So looks like Stalife just doing still the same thing. This probe still trying to poke up as its shields do recover. Good idea from Acidic doing that. Stalife is going to chase it this time and deny the probe once and for all. No more poking in scouts for you. Acidic doing the same kind of thing, setting up the top of the ramp. Going to get his warp gate started really early on. Hasn't really shown any other tech just yet. Possibly looking to expand here. Yep, as that probe is rallied right into the natural of Acidic, so he will get his Nexus started well before Stalife. Stalife not looking to do anything too crazy yet. He is scouting around for proxy pylons. Very good idea, as those Protoss and their sneaky pylons are always a problem. Stalife has rallied in with 2 Marauders. Stim is halfway complete, so he is going to look to I don't know if he's going to poke around. He's just going to check a little bit more for proxies. Is again a very good idea, as proxies are annoying for Terrans. Acidic though is starting his expansion. He is very light on the army count, as his gateways are just being morphed in. More gateways will allow him to increase his gateway or his army count quite a bit. He does hold the easternmost watchtower as well, which will give him a good sight of anything cutting through the middle. Stalife still just poking around, rallying up with his Marines, just checking the tower as well. His army is consistently growing as he is throwing down his command center and his natural as well. Stalife almost completes Stim. I'm guessing he's waiting for Stim before he wants to start poking at the front. Has he scouted, actually? He has scouted over across. Yeah, his SCV did reach and does see the expansion here started from Acidic, but that is it. As I believe probably SCV was denied by one of these units, probably. Oh, nope, no, just scouted it out. There's the SCV. It did take a little bit of damage, but didn't actually get destroyed here as Acidic just finished his... Ooh, so just finishing the Nexus. He's going to get challenged here by Acidic on the low ground. Bunker is denied. The building SCV is denied. Stim is down. They are currently on. The Stim running out there, and Acidic's practically trying to warp it. Needs more meat shield. Will obtain it with those warped in Zealots, getting a little bit of focus on the Marauders. One Marauder falls. Stim, second Marauder falls, and this is going to try to poke a little bit more at these Zealots, but not really going to be able to achieve too much more, as Stalife does have to repeat or retreat, not repeat anything, but he will retreat and most likely repeat the attack at a later time. Stalife getting his production still in the same kind of levels, adding on a factory and his second gas since we were last here, getting his mules going as well. Getting lag from Colin, saying most likely just the bottleneck in the center here for just a second, so hopefully that evens out. We can get a pause if the players do want to pause, but he has warped on the high ground a couple of sentries, getting that proxy pylon in later than he did. You can pause if you want, if you can hear me. You probably can't hear me though, because he is kind of stuck in a corner. He is going to poke forwards a little bit here and just test the waters, not really falling too far behind here. Getting up a second proxy pylon here. He wants to make sure that he can warp in very reliably onto this high ground of Stalife. Starlife's pretty limited in terms of his army right now. Actually, a pretty good little army there, but production is still staying up high, so Stalife hasn't missed a beat just yet. Starport's going to get this reactor most likely from the factory, as Stalife does poke, or sorry, Acidic does poke in here. Bunker not loaded yet, but really good force field placement. More so choking off his Marines, though, unfortunately, so not really taking the best advantage of that force field push. Forced to retreat here, as Acidic is pretty much still stuck to gateway tech. His Nexus is complete on the low ground, so he will continue to check the income here. He can continue to probe up, but it's just a little bit behind Stalife. But he is adding, as you can see, probes to his production. Another gateway going down for Acidic, so we'll get him onto 5 gate there. But he has not added any tier 2 tech specifically. Actually getting it onto 6 gate here for Acidic. So he's going to stick primarily to gateway, maybe try to keep the pressure up against Stalife, but eventually he's going to fall a little bit behind here. Stalife is getting onto his 4 racks, and his medivacs are started as well. So Acidic is running very low on overall time. He's basically trying to get his time going there, as Acidic is just warping up onto the high ground there. There's a guy to my left waving his arm behind Acidic, so we can see. Basically, Acidic still warping up onto the high ground. Stalife still macroing up there. He hasn't really pushed on the high ground. He will spot this pylon as he goes by. Army really low here. Loads up a drop, 8 Marines, so it's an octa drop here. Acidic does have a problem on the high ground. He will start sniping at the one proxy pylon where Acidic's army is residing, dropping onto the gold expansion to clear up the probe, but does allow basically Stalife. Ooh, good load there, as the Marauders were under heavy fire. Does get them loaded out. We'll be able to heal them up at the high ground gold here, as Stalife is going to take this. Acidic's getting his opportunity to poke in here. Stalife's army is kind of split on the right side there, so he will destroy that bunker and get ground control of Stalife's ramp. So he's going to push in here. Heavy warping still coming in for Acidic. Stalife still producing, but it's still primarily just the bio. And this composition right now for Acidic is very, very strong against the bio army, using he's going to get flanked here, actually. So just trying to get on the high ground, using the sentries is very critical for Acidic, and he is going to start sniping on the high ground. These medevacs do need to be sniped, as they are getting a stack right here. Force field closing off the thing, so a little bit of a meat grinder here from Acidic, so he is going to get that Starlife's army on the low ground, as SCVs are joining on the rear there, so he is going to be fighting on 3 fronts right now being closed into 1. He cannot really run out of this, as the ramp is blocked. He is not really focusing fire on anything specifically, so the SCVs are absorbing a lot of damage. Stalife will repel this, but another attack coming in from Acidic right from the high ground, being warped in. He's not going to be able to break the ramp, though, as a lot of Marines and SCVs were being choked up on the ramp, so he does have to retreat. He does want to get his sentry count back up, as the Marauders are still pushing forwards for Stalife. Stalife getting a little bit of a surround there, forcing a little bit of channel with the sentries, but not able to follow up anymore, as the sentries have run out of energy. And that attack is going to slow down here, as Acidic has basically still saturation on both bases. Really good all around. 6 6 gateway, so he is not in a bad way, but still stuck onto the gateway tech as Stalife has expanded onto 4 racks as well as his own medevac production. So Stalife's production keeping up now with Acidic. He has to someone's going to have to switch the game up, as it's going to be very difficult to break this Fireball, I think, for Stalife, as he does get another encounter here. Stim going up as Zealots are being worked in there. SCVs coming in to soak up a little bit of damage. They are getting sniped off. 4 mules down for Stalife, as you can see mine there, but these Stalkers are just trying to snipe this medevac. Does not get the medevac, instead of being forced to the high ground again by the Marauders. Now finally gets the medevac, so Stalife has run out of medevacs. He is going to retreat here as another medevac joins him on the low ground. Stalife just frantically, as you can see, warping in strictly just gateway units, barracks units of his own. He's going to go back to harassing the worker count here, as Stalife does control the ramp. He's not going to be able to break down to the low ground. Just a lot of Zealots being lost here. Good force field around those at the ramp, so those guys are going to have to be lifted down by Stalife. He is trying to harass this command center, trying to get the command center down. It's going to stop the mining here actually quite a bit, as you can see from Stalife. He has reduced down to 17 SCVs, where Acidic is still pushing in pretty strong. So production-wise, money-wise, Acidic is going to be able to sustain this attack a lot longer here, as he still is on two full bases, as Stalife is having his forces dwindle. Acidic still working on the high ground, starting to really take out the Marauder count, really chip away at the Marine Marauder count. But these Marauders in low numbers are being supported by medevacs and are very difficult to take down, but they are still pushing in. So you're going to want to start sniping here. The medevacs, actually, as he is just starting. There you go. 1 medevac does fall. Not going to be able to take the ramp here, as there's a pretty significant ball again. Top reinforced by 2 medevacs, and they are going to be repelled as well. Acidic just doing all he can to knock at that door of Stalife. Keeping him contained is a great idea. As you can see, we check the income really quickly again. Stalife has dropped down to almost no income. He is getting very, very low in his main, and he is not able to sustain this kind of pressure. So Acidic's in a good way, but Acidic is actually losing a lot more units than he needs to. Looking at the units lost here, you can see that Acidic has lost quite a bit of resources in terms of his units. And so Stalife's production, his income, although halved, is actually quite a bit more, and Acidic is going to be forced to most likely give up this high ground position, as these 4 medevacs here are going to be pretty influential in fighting off this attack. And yes, Acidic is going to lose the high ground here, as Stalife now finally does secure his own natural after about a good 5-6 minutes of constant pressure. Rogue Factory from Stalife. I was just wondering if that's an expansion. There is no way. Just a Rogue Factory from Stalife. Acidic is basically still stuck on 6 gates. So the players are going to take the opportunity to breathe here, reset, although I don't think Stalife has that in mind, as he is going to continue to push in, being joined by the army in the north there, making sure that Acidic hasn't expanded onto anything. That factory is denying the southern expansion from Acidic there, as these 4 medevacs are at full power and have a pretty significant buy army there. Looks like Stalife is going to elevator up. He is. He's going to split the attack up, so he's going to get to the front with basically Marauders here. Primarily, and gonna go up into the drop here, so we're gonna see a 2-prong attack. The front attack is gonna be repelled here, but Acidic is gonna start losing probes here in the back, as he's warping a few Zealots to help deal with that. Basically chasing on both fronts. Acidic's pulling the main army away. Gonna start, has lost a lot of his mining gas, but actually he just moved them back, so very good micro from Acidic there, as he is kind of cutting off the SCV or the probes there, but no, he is forced to bring the army back on the high ground. Gonna cost him a few Stalkers as the Marines stim up. Marines just going to try to pick off as much as they can. Sentries and Zealots being warped in, being killed before they can even warp in, so you got to be very careful about that. All the Marines are destroyed there. Stalife not able to continue the attack at the front, as the army there from Stalife is going to be repelled. Basically only 5 Marauders left there, and a handful of medevacs that are being re-rallied with the new army of Stalife. So Stalife is pretty much stuck to this... Again, to this bio army, he is finishing combat shields now at the 18-minute mark. Quite a bit late, but those Marines will be that much more durable versus Acidic. Stalife not able to continue expanding too much, as he is just finally recovering his natural again. That command center did have to move about 3 times there, so Stalife is going to basically keep pushing into this, as Acidic is actually moving away. Good scan from Stalife. It's going to allow a little bit of split from Acidic here. Acidic's going to lose quite a few armies in this ramp, as the primary army is going to come back around and flank. Pylon on the low ground going down, a couple of Stalkers going down, and control of the ramp has been taken by Stalife on Acidic's main, so Acidic's going to start facing building loss here, as the army of his front does reach the front. One Immortal is kind of peppered in there. He's going to want to start sniping those, but to keep on the kill count, is he is starting to just snipe the Marauders. Then it gets focused down. Very, very good concave from Stalife. Acidic not able to break into his own ramp. A lot of Stalkers being warped in on the low ground, but not able to break that concave, and Stalife has done significant damage. probes from Acidic's main being rallying down, just being slaughtered, just being shredded as he's not able to break into that. More probes being heat shielded, so this is a return aggression from Stalife, and Acidic has lost pretty much all of his probes in both bases and will most likely go out right here as Stalife has pretty significantly just turned the tables on that one. So Stalife does take the first game of this best of 3 from Acidic in a very, very decisive turn of events there.